Got slammed on the way down. Sorry, had the camera off.
Big Jew.
Good. Yeah, good size Dewey. Let's say 12 kilo. 10.
This video is a long one, but it's filled with lots of advice and tips for those trying to find jewfish.
Well, gonna head out, get some jewels off Rocco. Alright, off Rockingham. I don't know, there's something wrong with my battery, it's only running 13 volts. Fucking old boats. Alright, got a bit of reading there. So I wanted to have a drop on that.
Okay, we're off Rockingham and I'm really just looking for any sort of ground. This is my first drop and it doesn't look that spectacular, but you never know. Okay, I do apologise for the quality of the photo. Next time I'll be sure to get proper photos, but this is the ground that I'm going to have a drift on. There's a slight rise with a bit of fluff on top, which indicates a nice bit of coral, and there seems to be some fish around it.
See which way I drift.
Now this spot is very small, and sometimes these small spots can produce some real cracker fish, eh? Now the bait we're using today is nice big Occy legs, and so we'll see me just place this on the Vex bottom meat, another 200 gram, that's my pretty much go-to, particularly in 35 to 45 metres.
That looks good, doesn't it? It's a nice reading.
Alright, my boat's been drifting for a bit, and this is the reading after I've been putting some baits on, getting ready for a first drop. You can see something that's just sitting a couple of metres above this little bit of coral fluff, and this most likely could be a jewfish, hence why I'm going to have a drop.
I don't know why my battery's being a fuck.
So after this trip I did go home and have a look at the batteries. It seemed my spare battery had drained and died, and it was drawing down the main voltage, so pretty lucky I didn't run into any trouble, but it's always good to have notice these sort of things when you're out in the boat, like whether it be battery or voltage, anything that's a little bit different.
I should drift into something, I hope.
Now just to be clear, I'm taking on this journey as well. I haven't fished this spot before, it's completely new.
Yeah, I'm drifting the wrong way. It's what I call trolling for Jews. When there's not enough drift.
This is always one of the problems that you can encounter, is that sometimes on these really calm days drifts can deceive you. You can drift one way, and then another time you can drift a different way based on the momentum or inertia of the boat, and it's a pain in the ass, I can tell you. Now these Vex bottom meats, it's good to just give them a flick, so you see me just raise them up, and it sort of gets the fish excited, and usually jewfish particularly hit them on the drop. Even if you want to wind it up a couple of metres, it's beneficial to get them even more excited.
Definitely fish having a crack.
Now, if you're getting the smaller fish hit your baits first, particularly with these Vex bottom meats, it's probably an indication that the larger fish aren't feeding, and probably give it not much time before you move on.
fish. Where are you?
So that was a good hit. It's probably worth another drift or two, I'd say.
Small shit. Get away, small shit.
Now you'll see me always just checking my sounder to make sure I'm still on some good ground, and if I've moved on, I'll go back around and re-drift on it.
Oof. Come on. Just quit playing.
Now after giving it a bit of time, I decided to just wind in and give it another go.
Oof. The leg looks ugly.
Now what I mean by ugly is this bait is not very straight, it's all tangled up. You want it nice and long and flappy so the dews actually get enticed when this is down in the water.
No idea. The snow caught dews off here one time. Come out to have a look.
So I gave that spot before one more crack and then decided to head out a little bit deeper.
Nice isolated location. No reef. Substantial structure around. That's where you want to be.
Marine Rescue Rockingham, go ahead. Have a good day. Marine Rescue Rockingham, standing by.
Trolling for dews. And there's no drift. It's a bit of a
So I missed the drift here, so I'm just basically lining up the boat and driving it forward with the bait down to make sure I drift into where I want it to hit.
what I do. Pull it through.
Rockingham to rescue, Rockingham to rescue. This is Delta Alpha 586, be a copy. Alpha 586, Marine Rescue Rockingham, go ahead.
Ooh, was that a fish or was that bottom? Hard to know.
Alpha 586, Marine Rescue Rockingham, go ahead.
Turn that radio off, eh? Fucking annoying.
Okay, with the lack of drift here, I'm just relining up the boat again, drag my bait to where I want it to land. Can't emphasize how important it is to spend the time in the right zones, so make sure your drifts are always lined up and not wasting your time in barren wasteland.
Oh, hello. Oh, so that was a good fish. Something's having a play, but it's not big.
Okay, I'm going to take a moment here and explain why I keep touching the wheel and turning the motor in. Basically, you want to make sure that your drifts are lined up, and if you see yourself going away in a different direction, I always turn the motor in to the direction that I want the boat to go. I hope that makes sense, but try to always have your motor in the same position on every drift, so that way you know exactly which direction you're going to be drifting in to ensure you line up your drifts very well.
Come on. Quit playing.
After not much luck, decide to pull it in.
Oh, it's looking pretty ugly.
Again, always make sure that bait is always presentable.
Little blob.
So you can see on screen that that's the blob I'm talking about. And so now I'm going to stop the boat as quickly as I can on that blob and then chuck the bait out at the back of the boat and hopefully land on top of the fish.
It's a good little blob.
This technique about dropping on blobs doesn't always work, but it works more often than not.
It's just no drift, which makes it fucking difficult. Oh, that's a fish. That's a dewy. Small one. Still a dewy.
After enough experience of catching a vast variety of fish, you can pretty much nail them on the bite and as you start pulling them up and what species they are.
There he is. Let him sit under the boat for a bit. He might be undersized. No, come on, up here. Come on up here, little fella. See you later, mate.
Now there's a bit of controversy on releasing fish from these sort of depths, but as long as you're bringing them up slowly, let them sit under the boat to equalise pressure, and if you need to, vent them and send them down on a weight if they need it. You'll have success every time.
There's more than one down there because I saw another one coming up on the sounder. So see him there and go back. Hope you can see it.
Now I've done my best to enhance the picture here, but it's really hard to see with the reflection. Do apologise, but there's a fish that has come up, followed up the fish that I hooked up to, and then has returned back to the bottom, so indicating there's more fish down there.
Right there. Goes down again, so maybe it's a bigger one.
Again, zoom right in so you can get right on top of that fish.
Whoops, I'll blur that out later. Alright, there they are again. Oof. Right there.
Let us zoom in and you can see some show on the low and high frequency, and that's what I'm hoping to drop
Right
on.
there. See them? Alright. See how this goes, eh? Oh, there's Jews down there. Just the bigger ones. That's the question. Missed it.
These no drift days are a real pain, and you just keep missing the drifts, inertia in the boat. Could be currents drifting in different directions. Just a real pain.
Is that a fish or bottom? You never know. It might have been a fish. Oh, fuck you.
So after drifting for a little bit, got a bit bored, had a few little bites but nothing major, decided to bring in.
Alright, let's go big off here. One more drift here and then we'll move on to another spot. Have a look around. It's a recon day. Alright, so we just found this little lump just now.
So this was a random little lump I encountered. Nothing special, but in the middle of nowhere.
Just now. Doesn't look like there's much on it, but you never know. Definitely lots of small shit on it.
So not much success this first drift, but decided to go around and give it another crack.
Fucking got slammed on the way down. Sorry, had the camera off. It's a good fish. And it's on some random shit too. Ooh, this might be bigger than what I think. I hooked it thinking it was maybe small. Didn't even hit bottom. I don't know why they call them bottom meats. If I don't hit bottom. Oh god, this is a good fish. Really good fish. It's like a potato fish, this one. Might be 15. Big dew. Yep. Good size dewy. Let's say 12 kilo. 10 to 12. Sorry I had the camera off, fuck. Disappointed in myself. It's just a random recon. Didn't expect to have a random drop. Oh well. Get a quick photo. Now, that's what I do, dispatch the fish. Looks like he's been attacked. There might be another male down there. So, spike him. And then we bleed them. Right, let's go see if there's another one. And then we can go home. Unfucking believable. No camera, that's...
I'm just really disappointed in myself here because I had the camera off when I was dropping. I do apologise you didn't see the precise hookup.
It's just a bit of squid. The Oki, I think I was double frozen it. It's getting a bit balloony, like a water balloon.
Now I'm just going to explain myself here what I mean by ballooning. With octopus, if you leave the skin on particularly and the bait is kind of old, the skin can balloon up with water and look like a bit of a water balloon. You don't want this. The best way to eliminate this is make sure you're using fresh octopus. And secondly, make sure you skin the octopus so that way it doesn't balloon. I hope this helps.
Alright, so we'll go back around and see what we can pick up this time. Just going to pause it because I need to mark it. Alright, now I marked it, you can see what it is. It's fuck all really.
So here's a screenshot of where we just caught that fish, and I'm sure there's more down here. Often these little flat beds of coral with a bit of fluff are the best spots. So this is where that bit of fluff is, where the life is, and I assume this could be fish that are sitting on the bottom, but we'll see if there's any more down there in a second.
Probably shouldn't swear so much, do apologise. Alright, considering I didn't even hit bottom, I'm going to drop in the same spot.
Now to explain my drift is I've come along searching along here and basically found the ground, had my drop where this blue circle is, and that's where I'm aiming to drift again next drift.
Now, this is tricky because there's no drift. Well, there is drift, but you can see how glassy it is. Same bit of bait. Fucking hell. Wonder if my girlfriend fishes. Alright, let's have a look. Can I hit bottom this time? Bit off it, but that'll do. Still a bit of momentum in the boat. Should have probably chucked it in first. Alright, can I hit bottom? Hey, I hit bottom. Would you believe it? Oh, not for very long though. This one's not as big. Might be one of the girls that are around. And there's the mark. One of the girls, like I said, it's one of his girlfriends. Just on the scars, I think there's another boy down there. Oh. Healthy, so you can go back. See you later. Alright. I won't even switch off the camera. Just go around again, give it another fucking whirl. So you know I'm not bullshitting. You can see the sounder. There's more fish along here, but so now all that stuff could be fish sitting on the bottom. That's what I think it might be.
So here's a screenshot of what I'm talking about. There's a bit of fluff and weed perhaps, and that's where I think the Jews are hiding.
Hopefully the battery doesn't run out. I've been having a problem with the GoPro batteries lately. Haven't been charging them a lot because of the long time between demersal band lifts. Will I hit bottom? Ooh, nice show on the sound now. No, didn't hit bottom. See? There's a fucking whole school down there, I'd say. It's not a big one though, so take it easy. And maybe I spoke too soon. It's big. Probably just have to put a bit more oomph on him. Nice healthy fish. Bit of a floater. Might be a keeper. Oh, it's one of the girls again. If you like this video, don't forget to add me on Instagram, which there's a link is above. Also, I've just started a Facebook page, so make sure you click the link if you want to join on Facebook, and also subscribe to this channel. You can reach out to any of those platforms, and happy to provide tips, any advice that you'd like, because look, we've all been there, right? Started out small and then you work your way up to better and better things. So I've got plenty more videos coming out, up the coast, deep drop, more jewfish videos, more jew tips to be given. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you, and see you next one.